welcome to part 3. I am discussing this first and foremost. Well, that was a bit awkward, wasn't it? Like, can't actually get through now. I'm talking about my big chair energy. And I have been after an office chair for so long. I cannot believe I was sitting on that rickety old thing that I had, and it was doing my back no favors. So I ended up just sitting on the sofa because it was comfier. But sometimes you need some big chair energy. And I have been researching, I've been thinking about things. I've sat on a couple, but not many because we haven't been shopping because of the pandemic. And something magic happened the other day. I was running down one of my favorite streets near where I live, and I love running loads of different routes. So you'll have heard me talking about running before. I love challenging myself, like, ooh, where could I run to next? Why don't I try this? Or sometimes I pick a random place in London and see if I can run there, see if I can run back. And I love that sense of looking around and being in the world and observing and things like that. Anyway, this particular street, it has houses that are enormous. They're Edwardian, probably. They're really wide. They've got really interesting front doors and those beautiful sort of doors that open like that, the front doors, and they're all different colors. And it's just a really beautiful street, to be honest. And these houses probably sell for, I mean, I say probably, you know that I've been on Rightmove with this. They sell for between 2 and 3.5 million. So, yeah, probably top end of many people's budgets, not even budgets, dreams. But it was I love running up and down there and seeing them because it's very different from my house. And this chair, the other day on my way back from my run, was outside. It was on the street and nobody was taking care of it. It was just available. So I went up and I rang the doorbell of this house, and a painter opened the door. And I said, "Oh, whose chair is this? Is it for free? Can I take it?" And the woman inside shouted and said, "Yes, of course, take it." And so, of course, I sat on it because I thought I don't want to get the whole thing home and then it not be comfortable. So I sat on it. I loved it. And I wheeled it all the way home, like all the way down the street. And it could not have come at a better time because this chapter, I need some big chair energy. And sometimes it's that shift into I am doing the thing. You are doing the thing. So often we have an excuse or a reason or a circumstance not to do the thing. And sometimes it's internal. It's that old habit, that old limiting belief, that story about ourselves, like we're not ready, all of that sort of playing small things. And do you know what? There are some areas of my life that I am really bored of my own stories. And it's time to play big. It's an opportunity for myself to really go, what am I made of? What am I made of? Where am I going next? And I think about this chair, and this is all made up. I have no idea what life it had before me, but there would be something about that house and that space and that grandeur and those high ceilings and that abundance that I'm interested in. You know, that sense of when you watch somebody or you observe somebody who is further on in their career or in their life or whatever it might be, and maybe it's just a mum who has been a mum for 2 years longer than you and they just know how to handle stuff. Or maybe you watch somebody negotiate or make a decision, and I'm always interested in what surrounding myself in that energy does. And so there's something special about this chair that I'm interested to see what it does. And you may just think that I'm a balmy old hippie, which is absolutely fine. But I'm interested in this big chair energy. What's it going to bring? How am I going to make decisions? Who am I going to show up as in the world when I'm in this big chair? Yeah, it's a juicy one. The final thing that I want to talk about today is about your non-negotiables and where you go next. And for me, non-negotiables can't be 100% sometimes. And it's about breaking down that goal. So what I need to do is, for example, I set myself up for success. So one of the things that I like to track each and every day, week, month on my Fitbit is how many steps I'm doing. Now, there may be weeks where, so for example, when I had COVID, I knew I wasn't getting out and about. So there was no point me saying to myself, it's a non-negotiable for the rest of my life. I need to do 100,000 steps per week. Because when I had COVID, I was not going to be able to do that. And so instead, I look at my week. I set a goal according to what I feel that I would be able to do. And I go with that goal. And so there are things, of course, like making sure that I've got good veg in, making sure that I drink water. I try to habit stack a lot of the time. So if I'm looking at really improving my skincare routine, I might put some of it next to my bed or on the bathroom shelf when I do my teeth and I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to do that good skin thing. I make it accessible. I schedule things as well. I've been going to hot yoga for the last nearly 6 months. And the reason that I've had that consistent practice is I schedule it. I go into my app, which again is brilliant. And that has really helped me. And I select the classes that I'm going to do every single day or every single week or whatever it might be. And I commit to it because they also have this really good thing that if you don't go, well, it's not good. It's only happened to me once, but it won't happen again, that they charge you a $5 if you don't go. And so there's a level of commitment there that I have to show up, that I have to do the thing. So I'm really thinking about those non-negotiables. Also, that sense of booking something. So yesterday I gave blood for the first time. I now know that I want this to be part of my life. I want to be one of those people who donates every 16 weeks. I can do it. And so today I went in, I logged in, and I booked my next appointment, which will be in December. It's a non-negotiable. Like, I want to do this thing. But also, I'm setting myself up for success. So before I did that, I looked at my cycle, my predicted cycle for December. And I decided to book the next date that was right in the middle of that cycle. There's no point me booking it on day 1, day 2, day 3 of my cycle when, my iron levels would be low from losing blood. So I'm going to set myself up for success. So that is my final closer for you today. How can you get some big chair energy? What does that look and feel like for you? And sometimes that is the big chair energy is just saying, do you know what? I'm really going to go to bed early this week. I'm not going to faff about. I'm going to focus on my sleep. I'm going to spend some time in that headspace and I'm going to do that thing. And secondly, what are your non-negotiables? What are going to be the things that you're going to track so you can see your momentum, you can see your progress? It's a really, really great thing to do. All right, that's it for now. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for joining. As always, check out my Work With Me pages. I would love to hear from you. Love to hear how I can support you and help you, and sending lots of love as always.